Well, I suppose the big difference is this is a single club rather than an entire change to an entire league. It is an issue for the matter for the Premier League, obviously for Newcastle United. There is a very, very clear owners and directors test, which has to be passed first before any takeover can happen. And in this particular case, my understanding is that the business, the company, the investment has been separated off from the Saudi state itself. So it's not the state taking over the club. That said, I think you're right to point out that people will be very interested in this. Tracy Crouch, who's an MP, she's a former sports minister, actually, I think she's an FA coach as well, if I remember correctly, is carrying out a review into football right now, looking at, amongst other things, the finances and the ownership patterns of clubs. So I know that she will be taking very close interest in what's happened in Newcastle. I also noticed the fans in this particular case were delighted, at least those I saw on the news last night, that the club was moving on. But those legitimate questions will be asked, and they'll be asked through that Tracy Crouch football review.
But just very, very finally, what it does fundamentally mean, though, is yet again more foreign ownership of Premier League clubs. And one of the things that I picked up during as I said, the Super League debacle, which the government were very animated about, was this idea of this disconnect with fans, that Premier League clubs were now being run by very wealthy individuals. And here we are yet again with essentially foreign ownership of yet another Premier League football club. And that disconnect...
Yeah, I mean... putting aside the Saudi Arabia situation aside, as a country, of course, we're very open. We welcome people investing in Great Britain. In fact, we attract more foreign direct investment, FDI as it's called, than any other country in the world, apart from the United States. We were a much larger population. But this country does very well at attracting inward investment. The whole Super League thing was in a different league, literally, because it was going to decimate football here. I understand that the Newcastle United takeover actually involves a lot of grassroots investment in not just Newcastle United, but football in Newcastle and surrounding area. And judging by the fans last night, they seem pretty chuffed about the whole thing. As I say, there are wider issues. You've rightly raised them. And Tracy Crouch will be looking at the finance and the ownership in her review itself.
OK. Grant Shapps, Transport Secretary, Cabinet Minister, thank you very much indeed for joining us.